Yeah.
Square circle spotlight! Square circle spotlight! Hot text late down, Mike! While that big stop! Stay out, system TV is like not fun, this is spotlight!
Welcome back. It's another big week in wrestling, and we've got a lot to talk about. We've got some AEW stuff. We've got some WWE stuff. We've got some stuff that happened outside of the weekly shows, so we'll talk about that too. A little Vince McMahon news, if, you know, you might have seen some videos this week. We're going to talk about that. And I want to forewarn everybody, this is going to be a big Jeremy episode. So Kathy is a little bit under the weather. Jeremy has agreed. He said he's going to step it up, next man up mentality, and he's going to fill some voids here tonight. We're going to hear a lot
audition episode. Obviously, this isn't working. So.
It's all good. People are going to think it's a new character.
Yeah,
Folks
it's a new
that listen
character.
on
I should
Spotify.
have wore a mask or something. Should have done something different.
Folks that listen on Spotify are going to think we have a new guest.
I said to Mike, I'm like, I sound like one of those ASMR people. I have a whole nother category.
You sound like an old mafia guy right now. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Asked me this on my daughter's wedding.
Jerry, that's
Bravo,
not
Jeremy.
kind of Chinese.
Oh boy. Nope, just stop there.
Nope,
Jeremy, do
nope.
not do that accent. Thank you.
Nope.
All right.
Oh, God damn it. I like to bait him. It's so easy.
Yeah, he was ready for it.
I wasn't.
Jeremy will
I
not
wasn't
be
gonna
doing
fall
Chinese
for it.
accents on this show.
I swear.
It's so funny when you do though.
All right, let's get back on track here. Let's start it out with some AEW news this week. So, pretty good week in AEW TV. Had some big matches, had some big moments, but I think the biggest match of the week, we had Swerve Strickland versus Kenny Omega, first time ever on AEW Dynamite. Hell of a match. Let's start there. Let's get well, Kathy's shaking her head. But let's start. Oh, it's a thumbs up. Never mind. All right, Jeremy, let's get your opinion on the Swerve Strickland Kenny Omega match to start us off.
It was a really good match. You had two really good wrestlers in the ring. Kenny Omega showed a little bit of ring rust with two slips during that match, I think, that I noticed. So that's the only thing that I took notice. But I like how he played it off. He's like, it happens. Like the way he carried himself as soon as he noticed it happened. So that was nice to see. The moves that those two were doing, where Swerve was back flipping off the German at the end of the match off the ring and everything, like they were taking some serious risk moves, and it was a really, really good quality match. Now, the ending, on the other hand, I see that they're trying to possibly go more heel for Swerve, it seems, because maybe Kenny's back in the picture, so they might want to keep the babyface on him and take it away from Swerve. But that's kind of what I got out of that match. Overall, great match. Charlie, what do you think?
I just want to say real
think
quick, Charlie, you're gonna say something about what Jeremy said, but I want to say, bravo, Jeremy. I can tell you
No.
watched. You were
That
shaking your
was a
head.
that was a good review, but I'm just
All
gonna
right.
point some stuff out. If you like your flippy flops, you got them in. Here's the one thing I disagree with you, Jeremy. You don't acknowledge the botch. You just kind of don't let them know that you botched it. When you acknowledge the botch, the fans know that you botched it. Don't let you're already flippy flopping. It doesn't look like it's a real fight. You don't need to do that. That's the only,
But
shit I
there's
had
some you
wrong.
can't avoid addressing.
But
like that one, you couldn't avoid it.
Yeah, the one going over the
Okay,
barricade.
Grandpa, but
Oh, shots fired.
This is
fight,
gonna be really hard.
a fight looks dirty. A fight looks, messy. It's not supposed to be perfect. Yeah, I thought the coolest stuff was at the end with Swerve going psycho. I like that. I think obviously this means the feud's going to continue. But Jeremy, he had a quality review. Can't really blame him.
Yeah, I mean, this was a really, I will say, Charlie, I know you hate the flippy flops, but again, we've said this many times, Kenny Omega's not going to have a bad match with anybody. He literally had a match with a broom in New Japan and had a good match. So, yeah, great match overall. Ending was kind of a surprise. So you had that heel turn, like Jeremy said, by Swerve, which feels like this is going to lead to another match with them at Revolution. My couple things on this were like, this was a pay-per-view quality match.
Yes.
Why waste it on Dynamite? I mean, they're going to have a hell of a match at Revolution, most likely, right? But can you get bigger than that? And like, my other worry is, are they going to do another like hardcore death match
Oh, they're
type match?
definitely
Wait,
gonna.
wait, wait a second.
They brought the
Joe, you're
chain out.
telling me Tony Khan gave away pay-per-view quality matches for free? Like a
Yes.
fucking mark that can't book county fair? I didn't know that. I didn't know he did that.
WWE's doing the same. I haven't seen any good matches in a pay-per-view in a while.
All right. Well,
They're called premium live events.
yeah, you're not paying $50 for it. You're paying $9.99 a month or whatever. No, ESPN's more now. Never mind.
ESPN's like $30 a month.
But yeah, I thought great match. Dave Meltzer, as expected, basically creamed himself over this match. Gave it 5.25 stars.
I agree.
What a twat.
Insert that South Park Randy Marsh sitting at the computer meme here, where he's covered
Yeah.
in some fluid. Yeah, that's Dave Meltzer right now.
Splish.
But
Imagine if it was in
I'm not that
imagine if it was
excited
in
about it,
Japan.
but
Holy shit.
it was, I think, the match of the week on all platforms, in my
yeah,
opinion.
I would say that. I would say it was the best match we've seen
100%.
this week. There's one other match I'll touch on in a minute, but
There-
one critique I
No.
will give, because we talk. So I just want to give Kenny a little, and I here come the AEW sleeper cells waking up.
Don't
a
do
little
it,
critique
Joe.
of
Don't
Kenny.
do it.
So Kenny Omega did about 1,000 Snapdragon suplexes and 1,000 flying knees / V triggers. He spammed those moves all match. If Brock Lesnar does 15 German suplexes in a match, they lose their fucking minds.
For a suplex.
German suplexes, belly to belly suplexes, they lose their mind if he does it a dozen times. But Kenny Omega can do 1,000 Snapdragon suplexes, and nobody bats an eye. Now he does
But
a lot
at
of
least
other
it's
stuff.
not repetitive. At least it's one and then the other and then the other and back and forth.
But he
It's
goes
not the
back to it
same thing
100 times.
over and over and over again.
That's called devaluating a move. John, and a high risk move. I know not for Kenny Omega, but John Cena used to shake his hand and drop a knuckle on people, and he would get paid millions.
Yeah,
Okay? And
one move.
He was never getting hurt off of it. And you protect a finishing move or like a signature move. You don't just
Yeah.
bust it out 30 times a match.
God, this
Now,
not being able
again-
to talk thing is really hard.
I will not. I know AEW fans probably are zoned in and blacked out at this point by that comment, but I will say, I'm not comparing a Brock Lesnar match to a Kenny Omega match. I will say Kenny Omega puts on much better matches. I'm just saying he does a lot of the same things, similar to like Brock Lesnar using German suplexes. Kenny Omega used a lot of the same, but AEW fans won't hear that. They're gonna just, they got blinders on. Anyway, so that was a great match. There was another great match I just wanted to call out briefly. If you like that one, there was another really good one. We had on Collision, you had Claudio taking on Josh Alexander. Really like that match. Two great wrestlers and a very different style than that match, I will say. This is why I liked it. It was more of a wrestling, like grappling style match. Two guys that use that style. So it's cool to see that. I like that style, so that's why I really like that one. And just, I feel bad for Josh Alexander a little bit. The guy can't buy a win in AEW. He puts on really good matches. He can cut a good promo, but just can't seem to get a win.
He doesn't have it. I don't know what it is, but it's not there.
I would say that a little bit, maybe a little bit. He can cut a promo. There's maybe something lacking, that connection to the crowd. Maybe it's the headpiece. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
something.
really good wrestler, really good match. So if you guys didn't see that one, make sure you check that one out. We'll jump back to Dynamite for a second. We had an MJF and Hangman promo leading to their match in Revolution. Charlie's got something to say. Go ahead.
Yes. Now, AEW, you dumb marks. I don't like your matches a lot, but there's the exception. MJF What a fucking promo. Another, I mean, this guy just, cause he cut bad promos ever. Like it was just great heel promo, but he kept it like it felt personal. I didn't really give a shit about him fighting Hangman before, but that one promo hooked me in. Hangman, he went a little bit too intense sometimes.
I liked it.
But overall, overall, he did like a 7.5. But you got to remember, he's in there with the best stick guy in wrestling right now, in my opinion. So, just to keep up with him, you did a good job. But he did, some over intense things I didn't love. But MJF, I think it was a perfect promo from him. I didn't like the, hey, if I'll lose, I'll never fight for the title again. It reminded me of the Cody versus Jericho thing. It's just
He
like,
backed him into a corner.
I disagree. I
but
think it's better than those silly retirement matches. Like, I'm so sick of this all or nothing. I think that
But he's not
going for the
retiring.
title is a better
So
stipulation.
he's got to win.
But
I know,
how
but
does it-
like
he's
everybody
a-
else is so quick to just go, it's
He's a
that or I'm
young
done,
guy.
you
Unless
know, and
it's
you know who's
not
going to win because they're
clean
not
or
going to fucking retire.
disqualification, he's got to win.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you rob your fans of the victory. So it's like, it's stupid. If they book that, if like, he was some type of schmaz and he could still wrestle, it would be like Lex Luger beating Yokozuna but not winning the title at SummerSlam. So, I thought that's a stupid stipulation. You're not going to obviously have him retire. He's too young. So,
Well, he's not
besides that, though,
retiring. He's just not going for the belt anymore.
Can I
That
just say when-
particular belt,
Right,
which might
and
be okay.
we saw what that. No, it's the World Championship. We saw what that, what it did for Cody. Then the goal of being a wrestler is to be the champion. So I mean, then I just not a fan of those angles. But the promo itself, I loved it, and it hooked me in for next week. I want to hear what they have to say. I want to hear MJF's response.
Yeah, I would say similarly. It does feel like, because I don't think MJF's going to lose the belt. It feels too soon for that. And they have like Andrade waiting for MJF next. And you still got like Swerve and Kenny and even Samoa Joe, who's injured right now, but like waiting as next in line for MJF. So I have a hard time believing Adam Page is going to lose that match. And yeah, right. If he loses and he can't challenge for the AEW title anymore, what's kind of the point? He's young. He's not leaving AEW. So what does he do from there, right? Is he just
Or
a trios
next week
champion?
could be a whole nother stipulation. This is all just building to a completely different storyline next week. You never know. It could be, I don't think that's right. Let's do this instead.
No,
'Cause he wants a
he ju-
Texas whatever match.
No, but MJF, come on, the character, they play him so smart that he would be booked like, as Alvarez says, he would look like a nerd or a dork if he didn't make him live up to that. That you can't challenge this ever again.
They
That's
made him
not
look
gonna go
very
away.
nervous of this Texas.
You introduce
match.
that though. They're not going to take that away.
Yeah. And there's excellent point Kathy brought up is it's most likely MJF's going to give his decision this Wednesday, but most likely going to be a Texas death match. So that would eliminate that schmaz DQ finish. It's not going to happen there. So it would have to be, clean cut. I mean, it ends one way or another. He's either going to lose or he's going to win. So that point I want to bring up real quick too, because I was really excited for this. I was actually really excited for this match, MJF versus Hangman. I like both of them. But again, I'm not a fan of that stuff. Like, it doesn't feel like the build needed. It has two stipulations on it: a Texas death match and never challenge for the world title. It's too much. It's like
You don't
you're
need it.
putting icing on top
got-
of icing on a cake. Like, it's too much. Just pick one or the other.
Too much sweet.
I don't
it
like
may
death
ruin
matches
it.
to begin with. Exactly. So make it one or the other. Why make it both? We'll see. The decision hasn't been made by MJF yet. We'll see on Dynamite. But one call out on this promo too is like, feels a little stolen from Roman Reigns, if you ask me. They both loved saying how much they hate each other. Similar to Roman Reigns' promo a few weeks ago, saying how much he hates CM Punk. Hate is the key word of pro wrestling these last few weeks. So MJF said he hated Hangman. Hangman came back and said, I hate MJF. Roman hates at CM Punk. Come on, we got to get a little expand our vocabulary a bit here.
Yeah, the
And-
Hangman therapy
and-
angle was a little weird for a second there. Like, I am you, you are me.
Yes.
Like, we just hate each
When
other.
they pan to the
I kind of actually like that. I like that. I thought it was kind of cool. I thought Hangman I kind of see as a dopey goof, and I thought that was kind of a nuanced thing.
It felt like he just left the therapy session, and the therapist was like, "You guys are very similar."
But
Yeah.
wait, but
can
isn't
see
that what AEW fans like? They like the cowboy shit, but they like their cowboy shit to also have a therapist. Like they don't, you know.
Can I just say, maybe it's my eyes going, but when they pan to them and when he said, "You are me," basically, their side profile, they do look similar.
Maybe see it a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
I was like,
I think he was talking about like more of their, who they are.
Yeah.
inside.
I know that, but ironically,
what
they
their
do
goals
have
are,
a
what their
similar
lives
like
are.
profile facially.
Jeremy's like looking at their pecker size in those trunks. They're kind of like the same.
Sorry, I didn't get that
I'm not cutting
view,
it.
Charlie.
That's
I didn't
staying
have that close and personal view. You twat.
But again, AEW fans, I will say I did like the promo. It was a good promo. It did get me more interested in the match. But again, the two stipulations feels a little weird. We'll see where it goes. But should find that out this week. And then lastly, a little more AEW drama. So we had the end of Collision. FTR won their match lost their match against the Rascals. Young Bucks get involved. So FTR then attacks the Young Bucks family. So the mom and dad both get attacked. The younger brother, Malachi, we'll talk about. He gets pulled in the ring. He gets pile driver hit on him. It was good angle. I like the angle. It was cool. But I had some thoughts on that, but let's see what you guys thought.
I know I shit on AEW, but the Young Bucks, I actually read their book. I know not a lot of people did. I did. They are really close with their family, so I could see how in their minds this is a great way to get some heat on in it. And I kind of feel for it because this is it's going to be their 5th time meeting single, one team versus one team, and every match has been awesome. How do you keep topping those matches? Because everyone wants to see the Bucks and FTR again because it's going to be a fucking banger of a match. But you got to throw something different in, and I think this is where storyline is going to lead to a wacky stipulation. Maybe I would say maybe the brother gets involved, like a la Bret Hart's brothers, but I don't think that guy can do anything physical. He looks like he would fucking get a hernia, tiny shoes. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. It made me excited for their match at I think was it called Revolution?
Yeah.
Yeah, it made me excited for that. So I thought it did a decent job.
Yeah, you
Jeremy,
kinda-
you have no thoughts on it?
What other than you just stating that athleticism is not hereditary in that family?
Yeah, I will say I was
Yes.
shocked that is their younger brother. I mean, the genetics kind of all went one way there.
Clearly.
And if you look at that pile driver, you were right about the athleticism piece. Well, maybe not the athleticism piece, but the in-ring skills, because he took that pile driver and it looked like he took it right on top of his head. That looked close to being very bad. So this is why you don't
Possible.
pull folks out of the crowd to do spots.
And that's FTR giving it to him. So it's not on them.
It's dangerous. But yeah, you kind of took my thoughts exactly. Like this is FDR versus the Young Bucks, part 500. So we've seen it all. So it was good to put a different angle on it. Only critique is like, I will say AEW's tag division is much, much better than WWE's. They invest more into it. There's more teams that are kind of involved. But like, you have a lot of young teams, a lot of new teams, a lot of teams that haven't gotten a shot. Like, why not somebody else versus FTR? And I know we'll get to that, or Young Bucks, whoever wins. But like, you got a ton of teams there. You just spent a lot of money on the Rascals. Like, you could have done that match at Revolution, and had some really good new matches. Young Bucks versus FTR will be a good match no matter what. But I think maybe putting a little shine on some of those other guys. And I'm also just not big on the Young Bucks as faces. I don't buy it. I like Young Bucks as heels. I like them cocky heels, like the New Japan, Bullet Club, early AEW heels.
Yeah.
The good guy Young Bucks is like, nah, I'm not as interested. But that's just me. Yeah. So. All right, let's switch shows now a little bit. We are going to switch to WWE, and we're going to start out with some WWE wackiness. So very different than we're talking about AEW. But we're going to talk about a mystery box. Anything that debuts in a box is bound to get over. Famous James Cornette line. I think Charlie might have said it on this show too. Yeah. So there's a mystery box that debuted on Raw that said do not open till 2/28/26, which is the Elimination Chamber. And then it went to SmackDown and showed up there. I want to see what you guys think is in the mystery box. So let's
It's
start.
the gobbledygooker.
Could be the gobbledygooker again. Maybe the Easter Bunny. We're getting close to Easter.
Oh, gross.
Is it Y2J?
Jeremy, what are you
No,
thinking?
they better not.
Is that what you're thinking?
Maybe. I really don't have a good guess other than maybe that, or are they going with the
Oh, you're
Wyatt
really hitting a
6
home run
angle,
tonight, bud.
maybe? I don't know. That's the only other angle I hope to see is them do something with them. Bring that, like they
That should be a box with another mystery man. All the mystery.
Maybe it's the Masked
bring
Man.
back Bo Dallas.
He's still around. He's Uncle Howdy.
She's just
I know.
not-
Charlie,
bring
what do you
back Bo
think's in the
Dallas,
box?
though.
No, please don't.
Boo. You gotta boo
Jeremy
leave.
kind of took it. Yeah, stop. He took a little bit of my thunder here. I'll present it in a much more coherent way. I think it's also
Fuck
Chris
you.
Jericho. If you remember how Jericho debuted back with the countdown clock, this is I bet you we start seeing this more and more. There'll be a count. I don't know if the only thing it's too soon. What was the date? It was February 28th.
Yeah, elimination.
Next
chamber.
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only thing that makes me not want to say Jericho. So I think Jericho, they might give it might have been a bigger countdown. But as of right now, that's my guess as well.
I thought that too, but I read that he's actually in his contract still. Like, even though he's not active, he's still under contract. So if he's coming,
Oh, is it?
the inevitable return is just not happening anytime
Is it
soon.
Brock Lesnar?
So the rumor is his contract is up. It ended in January, but the rumor is they added, like AEW has done in the past, they've added injury time to it, so the missed
I
time for
gotcha.
injury.
Yeah.
So there is a
I
rumor of
gotcha.
that. There is also Jericho is doing his Cruise of Jericho this fall again. So I don't know if WWE would allow that. I mean, I guess they could work that into a contract if he was still doing that. But we know that's for sure because we've seen tickets on sale for that.
Yeah.
All of our Rumble guests aren't going to be on that.
Yeah. They're going to be
frickin'
on that cruise. Yeah, Saraya, Chris Jericho.
Are they okay? Are they going to bring back your boy Killer Cross?
Is it the Masked
Who knows?
Man?
My thing is too, if it's a person, this is kind of a stupid angle. Like a person is not living in that box for 2 weeks. It would be pretty funny though
Yeah.
if you
Yes.
have a
Hornswoggle.
disheveled Chris Jericho break open the box and it's full of like canned beans and a jug of piss.
And then he turns around, he goes, you know what, box? You just made the list. And boom, the list is over again. Jericho is over again. Yes, Joe, if that is it's unlike Jim Cornette. I don't think if you're in a box, you're over. I think it's kind of corny. But if anyone could do it, it would be Jericho. This guy's
He could pull it off funny. I think it could be funny if they did do that. Yeah.
Maybe it's R-Truth. If you thinking about it, a comedy angle, maybe it's R-Truth.
There
Jeremy
is
apparently
another
likes that.
rumor that has hit the wave. So there was rumors way back that Danhausen has signed with or was going to
I
sign
hate
with
that
WWE
fucking
NXT.
guy.
So there is a rumor that it could be him in there. My thought on that is I don't think Danhausen debuts on the main roster and they give it that much attention. I don't think enough casual fans, like WWE fans, know who he is. So I don't think I know who he is. I like him. He's
Danhausen.
entertaining.
Wait, time out. I was
hilarious.
just gonna ask Catherine. Catherine, you like Danhausen? You
I
like
do. I think he's funny.
you
I
like
think he's
people
entertaining.
going. Wait. I'll get to you in a second. You
He
like
sounds
people
like me
going
right
through.
now.
You like you like people going through glass panes and crazy thumbtack matches. How could you like this clown?
Because he's funny. And I like his whole shtick.
I hate him. I fucking hate him.
He puts
I
his
hate him.
face on like all sorts of different people and like posts it. It's hilarious. His own wedding pictures he put his face painted on because
Did he
didn't-
really?
Yeah.
He's a dork. But I will say he can work a little bit. I thought he was a complete like just comedy thing, but he can wrestle a little bit. But I hate him.
I
hope
like
it's
the
not.
stuff that him and Punk do. Like I don't know. I think I like him.
Interesting
I'm
fact
actually
on this
surprised
too.
that he's a WWE guy. That is the one thing I am surprised.
So-
Who?
How's him?
He's not a WWE guy.
Well,
He
the
might
rumor.
be.
Let me finish this up here. So there's a rumor. There've
fuck
been rumors
me.
for a while back now that he potentially signed with WWE.
I might become an AEW fan.
And this week, Triple H started following Danhausen on Twitter. So
Oh my God.
throwing it out there. I mean,
What
again,
a dork.
I don't
I
think
can't
it's
believe
him.
people have time to watch stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like I see those stats all the time. I'm like, these people follow
Yeah.
thousands of people. How do you realize one extra person is followed or unfollowed? It's wild.
Guy.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
have you ever heard of this jerk guy? This jerk?
Nope.
Yeah, I
No,
don't think you would like
clearly
him.
not.
Oh, I'm so excited for the future segment we were planning. This just makes me so happy.
Yeah, more to come on that. Charlie, we'll talk about it off air. But yeah, I don't think it's Danhausen debuting. I don't think he's a big enough name to give a big enough moment like that. I still me personally, I lean into it being something related to Jericho, and him coming back at Elimination Chamber. But who knows? Maybe that report's true where they added time to his contract. We'll find out next weekend. So we'll be talking about it next week. We'll see what or who debuts. Maybe it's Enzo. Maybe Enzo's coming back.
That would be
He-
so dope.
Catherine thinks you're over if you're in a box.
If they do it right, they're not going to do it right. But all of these fantasies are wonderful.
Enzo would be a guy that could pull it off too.
Oh,
That's why I said
100%.
that, because I think it would be pretty funny if you had him break out of
100%.
the box.
And I think people would remember him.
Definitely.
All right, let's jump into some other WWE news, a little more wrestling related. Is Sami Zayn turning heel? So on SmackDown, we saw a more pissed off Sami Zayn going at Cody Rhodes. It feels like a heel turn's coming. Charlie has a lot of opinions on Sami Zayn in the past. Would this get Sami over for you?
No.
That's inevitable now.
Wait. He's everybody's favorite redheaded Muslim that does the crazy dances. That's how you like him. You like him with his, ridiculous music, and he's a good guy. He's a family guy.
Dude.
And now he wants to be a heel. And now he's never gonna get over. I hate him. I don't like him.
He had a good heel run in the past when he was that was a ways back, but he was a heel before. It worked for the moment. People hated him. You can get people to hate him. You hate him already, so he may work as a heel for you.
I just yeah, but I wouldn't take him as a real champion. Like,
Well, I
Anyway,
don't know if he's going to win
I don't like
the
him.
title.
Jeremy, what
but-
did you think?
I didn't think much of it other than I don't
Sorry, I
know
had
where
to
they're
skip-
going with it. But after him losing, you got to do something else with him. So
Sure.
I guess this is the route they're taking.
I agree. I don't know what you do with Sammy now. I think giving him a heel turn gives him kind of a
Nothing.
fresh start. I think maybe
If Kevin
make him
Owens
heel.
doesn't-
in limbo.
Here's the secret to Sami Zayn. No, here's the secret to Sami Zayn.
Get rid of him.
Shut up, Jeremy. Here's the secret to Sami Zayn. The only reason he was relevant was because he was friends with Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens would keep him around, and they would do cool angles together. Now that you
that's
don't
a
have Kevin-
stretch.
Nah, El Generico was a terrible gimmick.
Okay, I'll say
Jeremy,
it's a
El
corny
Generico,
gimmick.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know
corny
who that
gimmick.
is.
The guy's built like Joe Schmuck. Like I don't know what you guys like about him.
I I think he puts on really good matches. Sami Zayn can put on really good
Built like
matches.
Tug.
He's done it time and time again.
It's not
I
my
saw one good
favorite, but I
match.
don't
Yeah.
One
despise
good
him
match,
as much
and
it
as
was
you
with
do.
Shinsuke Nakamura. That was the only good match I've seen him in.
When he came up for the John Cena Open Challenge, he put on great matches. Great matches with Kevin Owens. What are you talking about? He's put in tons of great matches. Sami Zayn doesn't have bad matches.
Okay, fine. Okay, he's a good wrestler, but I don't like him. Sorry. He
That
doesn't
matters
have
for AEW fans.
That matters.
he doesn't have
For
the it
any
factor.
career
He should
wrestler.
he should go to AEW. I'm sure they will treat him like a god over there. Because the indie freaks probably loved this guy, right? When he was El Generico. So if he goes over to AEW, he's going to be like a cult god over there.
Fired up, man. There's just certain
You want to get
names you
Charlie
can't
pissed
say
off,
in your
say you
name.
like Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep moving here. So we had some more drama between Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, and Cody Rhodes on SmackDown again. So it feels like we're still headed towards that triple threat with Drew, Cody, and Jacob. Jacob was kind of demanding Drew McIntyre. Nick Aldis got involved and kind of said, we'll talk backstage, and we don't know where that's going to go. So it feels like it's leaning that way. Any thoughts on this? Want to touch on this quick?
Yeah,
I like
Joe,
Cody
what-
McIntyre
Rhodes.
sounds
go
like
ahead.
fat bastard.
Name somebody.
Ay. Kathy, go ahead.
I like this angle for Cody Rhodes. I like this like PG attitude error thing of like, oh, you're just an asshole. Like I like that. I think that's a good look for
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes. I want to see more of that. Nicknaming his dick. Like it's all old school stuff that I'm like, I think this works for him and he does it well.
And now you
He's
got,
gonna lose some people, but he's also gonna gain some people.
but now you got Drew all over the place with the storylines with several people just interrupting shit. Where are we doing with that?
Yes. Thank
I
you.
agree.
Like,
Thank
I
you.
just don't get that aspect. Like, why him? Why there? I know we're gonna touch on that match, but why?
Yes.
And then you throw Cody
So-
a
so
little
I'm
bit into
saying-
it. Are you trying to have Cody and Orton versus
No one came to
him
me.
and I don't know, Fatu? Possibly. Who knows? What are we doing? Or a fatal four-way?
Charlie, go ahead. I don't want to make you feel left out.
They're bringing Rikishi back. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Joe. What
Yeah,
are
that's
they
his
doing
fart in
that's
there.
taking so long? Why is it taking so long to build this out? Like, when did Drew McIntyre win the title? They did they should have happened already. And then, like, Jeremy, good point. Then you add Randy Orton to the mix now. Like, what the fuck's going on?
That's a good segue. So Randy Orton got involved in the main event of SmackDown this week. We had Randy Orton versus Aleister Black. Drew McIntyre comes out at the end, takes out Randy Orton. Before we talk about that match, here's my next question. Do we think this leads now to a potential fatal four-way at WrestleMania with Randy, Cody, Drew, and Jacob? Could that be the
I
angle?
just said that.
You were so sure that it was Gunther versus Randy Orton.
I'm just saying. I'm asking a question. I'm not saying what I think.
I would
I'm
book
saying,
that, and then
is
I
that
would
what you
do Gunther versus AJ coming back from on WrestleMania.
I don't hate
I
that.
don't think
Jeremy.
that's happening. But
I don't hate that.
I don't
I
hate
don't
it.
hate
I don't think it's happening though.
I'm of the mindset of I think they don't know. I think they're scrambling a little bit. I think that writers' room is probably pitching fits right now because some injuries came up and they had to pivot a lot, and I think they're looking to fill the void. I don't think things.
That long-term storytelling hurts
like
them
I
right
said,
now.
I think we can have several different options at WrestleMania that are still on the table, but
Yeah.
I just would like to see a clear path.
So
Definitely.
here's a thought. We said, like I said, Nick Aldis said he's going to talk to Jacob backstage about getting Drew McIntyre. What if we get Drew and Jacob at Elimination Chamber? What if Jacob wins the title there? Now you got Drew, who wants a rematch, gets it at WrestleMania. Cody wins the Elimination Chamber. You still have that triple threat. I don't think Randy gets involved. That was a question. Could happen, but that's my thought. I think Jacob and Drew happens at Elimination Chamber. They haven't announced it yet. Because they haven't built out much of a card for Elimination Chamber. You have 2 Elimination Chamber matches and Punk and Finn, and that's it. So they need more matches. So I think Drew and Jacob could happen there. Maybe Drew wins the title, and then that's how we get our triple threat at WrestleMania. But I think it's still a triple threat, Jacob.
And that's how you know they're really struggling with the writing.
Yeah,
Like
they're
we're
scrambling
7
a
days
lot.
out, 6 days out, and we don't have a card yet. Like I don't know if that's something they're trying. I don't know what that's about, but normally by now we have our picks in, we know what's going on, we have a general idea, and it's all the buildup is this week, not. I don't know. I think they're just trying to figure out how to do it differently.
That's true. And you know what?
I think the
storylines-
WrestleMania is in their head. I think the struggle for WrestleMania this year is making them scramble.
But you know what, Kathy? WrestleMania is supposed to be the big payoff of the feuds, and we're running out of time to get these feuds really going. So you know, in the next couple weeks, they really have to lay out where they're going. Like I said, I agree with Joe. I think they still keep it a triple threat. But then why the nonsense with Randy Orton? I don't understand that. They really need to make, because WrestleMania is the payoff. That's what, it's the restart of our season as wrestling fans.
Or it's a rematch with Aleister Black, which that match was not great. And I'm super bummed that match was not that great.
Let's talk about that match then. So we were going to talk about this match anyway, but Randy Orton versus Aleister Black. I want to hear why you didn't like that match. I liked the match. I want to hear what you said.
I thought it was.
I thought it had cool moments, but I felt like it was like, all right, I go, you go. I go, you go. Like it wasn't cohesive to me. Like the coolest thing they did was when they both did their finishers where he sat and he did the
They didn't do
Cobra
anything.
thing.
The crowd
that
was
was cool.
non-responsive for that.
Yeah, that's it wasn't smooth. It felt very, like I said, it felt like a practice, back and forth. And they were just going, my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. And then obviously whoever's building these tables.
Fight?
Okay.
I'm
sorry. Picking on your point before,
when you get 30 V triggers in a match and you get used to that, I understand. But you're my cynical wrestling fan. I love you both.
I am.
Jeremy, you too. But here's what I have for my notes. Randy versus Black. Solid, enjoyable TV wrestling match. Because that's what it was. A solid, enjoyable TV wrestling match. You didn't waste the pay-per-view performance. You didn't throw 30 V triggers at. You put on a solid SmackDown wrestling match. Exactly what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
You just said it was so boring.
No, I said
it sounded like you did, Jeremy.
No, I said the fact that the crowd did not get involved when they did both those finishers, the taunts at the same time. The crowd was silent. You would expect a pop from that or something.
I thought that was the coolest part of the whole match.
No, I'm saying that was cool, and I was shocked about that. But the match was good. It wasn't.
So here's
amazing.
what I will say on that. So this was
Sounds
actually
like a lot of backpedaling right now.
Yeah,
run the tape.
I think Jeremy might be off a little bit because this was actually a story that came up again. That scene where Aleister Black did his sitting pose and Randy did his Cobra pose there got 5 million views overnight on YouTube. That clip. So it was a pretty massive clip there. Maybe the live crowd wasn't as loud as maybe it could have been, but that was pretty big because 5 million or 4 million views I think on that clip overnight. So it was a pretty cool moment. But I thought
building these tables is really building some strong tables lately. This is crazy.
Sure.
Yeah, I know.
Apparently, the live crowd did not. It went over like a popcorn fart with the live crowd, according to Jeremy. So.
Watch it.
I was like to say popcorn fart once.
At least once now. Yeah.
That's a future shirt. We'll have a picture of Kishi
over like a popcorn
cloud
fart
coming out the back. Says popcorn fart.
I know popcorn bouncing around into the shitter.
All right.
Yeah, but a good match, I thought. Kind of like Charlie said, it's a good TV match.
Yes.
You didn't give away the whole farm on SmackDown, so I thought it was pretty good. I don't know if it leads to anything else, but cool match nonetheless. And then lastly, a couple other notes from this week. Javon Evans and Trick Williams both qualified for the Elimination Chamber, so there's only one spot left in the Elimination Chamber. But kind of cool to see them get in there. 2 guys that just came up from NXT. I feel like they're really big on both of these guys. Maybe a little more on Trick Williams even. But these guys look like they have good futures.
Mhm.
So any thoughts on this?
It's the best Gunther match I've seen so far.
Yeah.
But I was surprised that he won over Dom or Gunther. Like, that was definitely, they're really pushing him. If that's, I mean, they both have other things going on, so it's not that big of a surprise. But that was, he's impressive. Javon Evans is incredibly talented.
I like
Did
Too
you see
flippy for
Kevin
you,
Nash's?
probably.
You see
No,
Kevin
no.
Nash's comments on Javon Evans this week?
Bojangles.
What do you say?
Yes, Jeremy saw it. He said he
He's
doesn't.
too much
he
Bojangles
thinks
for him.
Javon Evans is very talented, but he's a little too Bojangles for him. So super
Well,
left Kevin Nash said this, but
And he
Kevin
backpedaled
Nash
a little
is a
bit.
brilliant wrestling mind. He was a booker at WCW for a while, but that was during a real bad time. But Kevin Nash, if you listen to his podcast, he's a real smart and insightful guy. So I would pay good attention to what he says. But I don't want to sound like a racist or anything. But
too late.
no,
Go ahead.
I was very surprised with the Javon. Especially with Gunther in the match and Dom. Yes, they are high on him. They are high on Trick. I think a little bit more on Trick. Joe's right, because I was more shocked with the Javon win than I could see Trick Williams winning that. I did not think Javon Evans was going to win that match.
Same.
Yeah.
They're building the underdog story.
I didn't think they
guess,
were
is
going to be
really
putting
what they're
Gunther in
doing
there,
with that.
though. I'm not going to lie on that one, but I was shocked by Javon Evans winning it.
See, I
Good
thought the
point,
exact
Jeremy.
opposite. I thought Gunther for sure was going to be in the elimination
No,
chamber.
I like the
So
fresh
that's why it was
faces they're doing
surprising
with
to
the
me to see Javon.
elimination chamber, though. You're seeing a lot of younger faces that you wouldn't see in these events right now, and I like that they're pushing them and giving them a chance to shine in these big events.
I was just I don't like having Gunther in it because you've established him as the main event heel. He doesn't need to be losing.
And he doesn't
an
fit the
elimination chamber
MO
versus
of
Javon
a...
Bojangles Evans.
He's limited
Yeah,
in
to
a
throw
hell
that in there.
or an elimination
But I do
chamber
think-
match. Like,
Wait, Kevin Nash said it. I'm just saying what Kevin Nash
He's
said. I
quoting.
don't think that. I like the guy. Yeah, Jesus
I
Christ.
I
bet
think
you don't
Javon
say
Evans
that
in the match
often.
is cool though, because you're gonna get some cool spots from him, right? With the cage and all the
Exactly.
things he can do in there. So I think that's why you have him in there. He's not gonna win, but he's gonna have some pretty big spots in there, which I think will be pretty cool to see. So yeah, looking forward to that. And then lastly, we'll jump into some other news stories related to wrestling. So first, Vince McMahon was in the news again, not for the Janelle Grant stuff, but the video of his car accident from last year.
Boy.
The body cam footage was released and is out there on the internet. If you haven't seen it, highly suggest you watch. Before we make jokes about it, though, that was a pretty scary video.
Yeah.
Could have been very, very bad. Vince McMahon
Holy
was going like
hell.
110 miles an hour in a Bentley.
No,
Almost
no, no,
rear-ended
no,
a
no.
car and
No,
crashed
no.
his own.
Listen, who sent it first of all? It was Catherine. Thank you
Yes.
for the hilarious entertainment. But no, it couldn't have been scary because, listen, if you know anything about Vince McMahon, is he has a phenomenal depth perception. So he drives 110 regularly. Jim Ross talks about this in both his books. He's a madman behind the wheel. And also, he was going 100 miles an hour. He walked away with not even a bruise on him. The guy's made of fucking iron. He's a genetic jackhammer. There's
It's
no
all the
chance he's getting hurt.
steroids.
He hurt the car, and it was a fucking Bentley.
What is he, the next
right?
Chuck Norris
And
joke coming
By
up?
the way, no, but like seriously, and
Oh,
the
God, he
cop,
could
if
do
you
that.
go 100 something,
Just a different route.
and-
Oh, God.
no, if you go 100 something, and you don't get treated like that unless you're Vince McMahon. You're getting thrown out of your car if you're going 110 and the cop's trying to pull you over.
That's
But
what I
those are
said.
my
That was my first
comments
reaction.
that-
That would have been a completely different situation if that was not who it was.
Yeah.
And that's really unfortunate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, I mean, he clipped the back of that car. So the car that was in front of him, he did clip. So he doesn't have excellent depth perception, as you said.
no, it was just a joke. It was a joke. I don't know if you guys ever heard or read JR's book, but he tells a story. He's driving with Vince and he's going 110 miles an hour. He's like honking at people. He's like this close away from him. It's raining. JR's scared shitless, but he doesn't want to say anything because he doesn't want to get fired for the 8th time. And he finally says, like, Vince, you might want to slow down there. It's starting to really come down. He goes, don't worry, I got amazing depth perception. It's all fine. And that's just Vince. He truly believed it, that he had amazing depth perception, and I truly believe he thinks that. And if you think it comes to fruition because again, look at him. He didn't walk around 100 miles an hour. He doesn't have a bump on him.
So here's a fun story. I was in very similar situations in the past as well with somebody on this show. So somebody on the show used to have a 2-door Saturn, and I happened to sit in the back seat a few times while this person was driving about 150 miles an hour on a 50-mile-an-hour road. He had some subs in the back, subwoofers, kid. I don't think he used those anymore, but subwoofers in the back, blasting music. So I was getting a concussion from the music while traveling at 110 miles an hour in Rahway, New Jersey. So, yeah, I know what it feels like.
I was never pulled over, but I got from Rahway to Morristown in like 15 minutes. He was going like 150. Like, he was driving crazy, but well. I mean, he did it well.
He did well. I'm still alive. So, yeah.
But then music was so loud, it hurt my head. I was like, "What the fuck? You got to turn that down. You got to turn it down."
Yeah, I didn't know Saturns were supposed to travel that fast.
He's trying to get to Saturn.
He was ready for takeoff.
But why so loud? Like, why not just have like a
I want to feel it in my chest.
That was the thing back then.
Yeah,
that was the thing back then. We had this conversation not that long ago.
I'm not kidding. Wait. I legit almost had a concussion. How much it was rattling in the back.
Wait, that was the thing. But nobody, Joe, did you ever put extra sound?
Yes, he did.
I did have subs in my first car, but I did not play them that loud.
Jesus. A car's thing is to get you from point A to point B. That's it. I've been driving a Honda fucking Civic.
My husband has owned,
for 30
and
years.
he has owned 25 cars, has had some type of system in it.
Yeah.
Except for now. Till the last 5 years, every car has had something under the rear view seat or the rear seat or the trunk or something.
Nowadays, you don't need it anymore.
You don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
You get
Back
Bose
then
as
you
your
if you want to
basic package now.
Oh my. Yeah, I think these guys are a little bit too
Charlie,
much
you're an
music.
anomaly in this aspect.
Yeah, I'm listening to fucking classical Beethoven. I don't need to fucking blast it.
Well, that was our story on Vince McMahon. I kind of tied it to my personal life here, but we've all had that experience with someone on this show. So, one clarification before the police come for him: he was not under the influence of anything that Vince may have been.
How do we know they didn't?
Hey,
under the influence.
that
I take it all back.
Yeah, no one on this show has ever driven.
Charlie, don't say it.
Yeah, I
don't
misspoke
say
very
it.
badly.
Charlie, don't even speak about it.
no.
Leave it there.
Hey, asshole, never been convicted.
Oh, I know. We shall not speak amongst any of us. The only one can speak freely is Taffy.
That's why you pay for lawyers and you don't go sit in a jail for a night. Like
I'm
other people.
I'm the TD, guys. I'm proceeding.
Lesson learned, kids. Don't drink and drive. But if you do, make sure you get a really good lawyer.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's from us here at Squared Circle Spotlight. Yeah. I'm keeping that in. And lastly,
get a V-pin.
We couldn't end the show without one rump discussion here or something related to it. A certain referee went viral this week during the Obafemi Kit Wilson match. There was a new referee in WWE, and she got quite the following after this. So, Jeremy,
Instagram
quick 1 to 10
shot.
rating. I don't want no decimals.
Oh,
1 to 10 rating, Jeremy.
She's a solid
No
8.
decimals. I'll give him that.
Who was more
impressed? Rump or an overall?
Overall.
Overall.
You didn't really get a good view of the rump.
You can't get
We have future
Sure.
endeavored rump ratings from last week's
I got-
disaster. We'll just go overall rating.
Jeremy,
The only picture I
who's-
saw was the side view. So here we go. Let's do one of these guys here. Come on.
There you go. Jeremy.
Damn.
Oh, it's not focusing.
sticking with
but
the
here you
8.
go. Here's your R.
That's a good rating.
just
She's
a
doing the
little-
leg, so it's probably like a 4.
We're talking overall, not
A
rump.
4.
Yes, overall. We've retired rump ratings.
For now.
No, we
It's
haven't.
no longer the industry standard.
Industry standard. Yeah, he botched that last time. We gave up.
Oh yeah, we had lines out.
Brontosaurus
Yeah,
Rex.
during the week we pitch ideas for Jeremy and we write out comedy sketches for him.
We need to stop
do.
saying rumps. My
he
Instagram is killing me.
I can confirm. I've seen half of Jeremy's Instagram feed this week, so
It's painful.
What
It's
is
like
a
every
rump,
other rump.
Crumbs. As opposed to what else you normally look at.
it's a valid point.
Dude's lifting weights.
Seriously.
And wrestling.
What else are you
Like,
looking at?
That's everything that's in my feed lately. I can't help it.
Rumps and wrestling. All right. That is this week's episode. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And send us an email at squaredcirclequestions@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.